folks, John here at Benson Fiat and Benson Alpha, bensonfiat.com, bensonalpha.com. Well, today I wanted to do a very short video on the oil filter housing on a Fiat 500. You can see it right there. With this car, the front clip being removed, it's much easier to see. I want to show you how to remove it and something to look for when you put in these filter cartridges. So right now I've got a 27mm socket on a wobble drive extension, and I've got another extension on it. Actually, if you were going to do this on the actual car that's complete, you would need a little bit longer extension. But anyway, it comes off counterclockwise, and I want to show you something that's really important when you are working on your own car. A lot of people are changing their own oil these days. This thing just spins off counterclockwise, and I can do it by hand. There's a little capture right here on the oil filter housing assembly. You can see these little springs. That's supposed to hold on to the socket. So now that we've got this socket, we don't need it anymore. Let's go ahead and undo this. And when you pull this off, you're going to see two things. You're going to see that rubber band there. That is an essential rubber band that you get when you buy the Mopar MO-241 I believe it is, filter. And then this filter is sort of wobbling around in here. And let me show you something that's really important. Let me try to pull this thing apart. Hang on. Bear with me a second. Okay, I got it pulled apart. You see these little tabs right here? This is what holds it on to the filter housing. So when you replace this, the most important thing that you can do is make sure you change your rubber band that I just pointed out. And you can see the groove that it rides on. Put a little bit of oil on there before you put it down. Now don't put the band on this part where the thread's in. Put it up where it's supposed to belong right there. And anyway, clean it out, of course, with a rag. This is the filter. This is probably the Mopar MO-241 filter. But anyway, one thing that's important for you to understand is these little tabs. They look like chiclets. And a lot of times I have seen on cars where somebody at a Jiffy Lube, which I've seen them do it, they manhandle this, trying to get it back into the housing, break these tips off, and they'll go right down into the oil line and starve the crankshaft seal. So, you know, a lot of the early cars that had crank problems, I think a lot of it had to do with incompetent mechanics who basically would knock off one or two of these tabs trying to get this thing back in the housing, and then they end up you know, getting a couple of tabs. I had one customer that had 5 tabs broken off. 4 of them were inside the engine, and one of them was hanging like a hanging chad. And of course, at 28,000 miles, a perfectly good engine was ruined. Thank you, Jiffy Lube. So, and they use a Korean-made filter, by the way, which these are much more compliant on those cheap imitation filters. So if you think you're saving $2 not getting the Mopar, you could be sadly mistaken, because once it gets down into the oil cooler, which is on the other side of the engine, blocks up the lines, and then before you know it, you've got a starved oil and you've got a problem with the front crank, and it's expensive. Last time I priced one, it was about $400. So anyway, something to really keep in mind whenever whenever you're working with this car. When you go to put this thing back in, and what I do is I will actually load the filter when it's all the way down in the housing. So in other words, I'll go ahead and pop this filter on once it's down about ready to go, and you can see it'll pop in, see, and it's loose, but it's actually suspended. Then take it, put it back in, usually back up a half a turn or so before you start it, and then turn it by hand until it won't go anymore. Make sure it's not got some resistance on it, it's not cross-threading, and then go ahead and put your 27mm socket on and tighten it up. It doesn't have to be 100 foot-pounds, please. It just needs to be snug, okay? So, one hand on the wrench and snug. I know there's a foot-pound, but I don't have it right in front of me. But anyway, that's what you need to do. And by all means, if you want to insist on using a Jiffy Lube or something, you might want to point that out to them. or any of these other fast change oil places, they usually don't see that many Fiats, and they really just don't give a damn. So anyhow, there's the socket you need, 27 millimeter. It's a half drive. You can buy this at Harbor Freight for a pretty low amount of money. I don't know, it's less than 10 bucks, I think. You see it fits right on there, so we'll be ready for the next time. So that's all I have for you right now, and I appreciate you watching my video. And you know, sorry to hate on some of these fast change oil places. Here's a little bit of handy work right here. You can see this poor car's in the junkyard. It might be here because of this reason. Some knucklehead basically didn't pay the extra $5 to get this little tether piece for the automatic transmission. So this car probably didn't go into gear, and then when that failed, it put the car in the junkyard. It seemed like there was nothing wrong with this car, but you know, there it is right there. Just some hokey work by you know, non-professional you know, jackleg mechanics. So that'll put your car in the junkyard every time. So I hope your Fiat experience is good, and if anything I can do to help, please let me know. And we're online at bensonfiat.com, bensonalpha.com. Have a great day, and we'll catch up to you later. Ciao.